Good morning. It's a great day learning here at Hamburg Middle School. Please rise for our Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated for the morning announcements. Good morning, Hamburg Middle School Bulldogs. Today is Thursday, March 19th, 2020. It's day 2 on your calendar. We have a special video contribution today from Emily, Grace, and Max. Here goes.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we want to thank them for that. Keep in mind, you can send in your own contributions of you and your family reciting the pledge to the flag, and we'll post those within the next few morning announcements for you. Some things to get to. Well, here's the big news that I dropped the ball on yesterday. AFC East fans of the Buffalo Bills, Tom Brady will no longer be your opponent in the AFC East as he's left the New England Patriots. I can think of a few students at Hamburg Middle School who are going to be devastated by this news. I can think of many others who are probably very much okay with it. We'll see how Tampa Bay does with Mr. Brady as their quarterback, but our long decades of suffering at the hands of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots are over. So just wanted to share that with you if you hadn't heard that already. Some announcements to get to you. Keep in mind the opportunity to get meals for lunch and breakfast for Hamburg Central School students and other students who live within the same home as Hamburg Central students is still available to you. Check out the Hamburg Middle School PTSA's Facebook page for the link for how to sign up for those meals. If you do happen to sign up, just please make sure you're picking up those meals on Mondays between 5 and 7 or Wednesdays between 5 and 7. You'll need to choose the location that works best for you. There are 4 of them, but once you make that selection, that's the site you would pick up your meals at for the rest of the time. So take a look at that. If you have any questions, you can certainly email myself or Ann Rich as well at our school email addresses. I want to again congratulate students and staff for all the work that they've been doing to keep connected, to keep learning during this time. Please make sure you continue doing that work, everybody. We know there's a lot coming at you. There's a lot of messages that students and families are getting from teachers, and that's wonderful. It might be a little bit overwhelming right now. I assure you that that will slow down to a more normal pace as we get a little bit more used to these weeks away from each other. This online learning platform is new for us in terms of the way we're using it now. I appreciate your patience as we get adjusted for that. If you have questions or concerns, of course, you can contact your teachers or contact Mrs. Boland or myself, and we'll be glad to help you. Speaking of emails, please make sure you're checking your emails, and that's for students, parents also, but for students, I sent out an email inviting you to join the Google Classroom that our counseling center has set up. It's got all sorts of tips about how to keep mentally healthy during this time away. It's a different one, so we got to make sure that we remain connected. The classroom code for that Google Classroom site is available to you there also. Make sure you're taking care of each other. I think we've said that before, but I think it bears repeating. Reach out to your friends, reach out to acquaintances, family members who you might normally see but haven't been able to lately. If you're concerned with anyone's well-being that you know, please let an adult know. That adult can be somebody at home, that adult can be somebody at school that you email, and we'll make sure that those resources to support those folks in need are there. We'll certainly do the best we can with it. The next thing is a contributed quiz question from Mrs. Mulbert. Listen to this question, this clue. Email Mrs. Mulbert with your answer, and you'll get a prize when we get back to school. So here is the clue. It's about a Newbery Award-winning book. So identify this title. This Newbery Honor book is about a 10-year-old named India who lives in Florida and finds a dog in a grocery store. If you know the answer, email Mrs. Mulbert today, and your name will be entered in a prize drawing for when we return to school. Thanks, Ms. Mulbert, for that. We'll look to do some more quizzes as our days and weeks go on. Happy birthday today to Dominic Fokin and Emma Petruzak. Hope you guys are having a great one. Keep in mind, I'm asking you to tag photos that include you, your family, with the hashtag HMS Together, and we'll pull all those photos together and post them to our Facebook page as well. Last thing before we get to another contributed item, next week we'll have our virtual Spirit Week. Monday will be Pajama Day. Tuesday will be Jersey Day. Wednesday will be Hat Day. And I'm looking for something for Thursday. So I'm going to look for our 8th graders to contribute that idea to me. Email me your suggestions there, and I'll choose one of them for Thursday. And then for Friday, we will do our spirit wear, where we will wear our school colors for that. So next week, Virtual Spirit Week. We now move on to some jokes. I'm, of course, interested in the jokes that you would like to contribute as well, but we don't need to leave jokes just for Fridays. You will have to supply your own laughing soundtrack to this, as I don't have a large crowd around me right now. But here's the first joke. This was contributed by our science department, Mr. Tangelder, and one of his students he was communicating with. So here's the first one. What did the black hole say to the star it was gobbling up? Give yourself some time, think it through. The answer, of course, is nothing. There's no sound in space. Ha, ha, ha. There, I supplied my own soundtrack. Second joke is this. Yeah, you get a bonus joke today. Why was the pedestrian always stuck on a bike? Carefully thinking it through. The reason the pedestrian was always trapped on the bike was that he was trapped in a vicious cycle. You might feel you're trapped in a vicious cycle right now listening to these announcements again, but I appreciate your patience with it and look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day, Bulldogs, and ask yourself, how can you be an 11 today? Have a great one, everybody.